Welcome to Module 2, Research. We're going to be checking your visibility, your reputation, doing some tutorials, and creating customer profiles. Let's jump right in. All right, welcome back to the modules. We're jumping right into doing some research here. So as we said, we're going to be checking visibility, your online reputation, running through a little bit of tutorials for kind of some of these programs that wanted to show you to test or look at some of your online visibility. And then we're going to build some customer profiles as well. So without further ado, the very first thing that we're going to be touching on is a program called SEMrush. So SEM, Search Engine Marketing Rush, kind of a cool name. So this tool will help you find your organic traffic, your paid traffic, your backlinks, the things that are going into your site and giving you authority, as well as the top organic and paid keywords, as well as all of your keywords in general that you're ranking for, so that's always really good. And these tools between SEMrush, Ahrefs, and SimilarWeb, you'll actually be able to see a lot of information on your competitors as well. So online marketing has a super unique advantage in that you can literally see everything that your competitors are doing. It's pretty powerful, and we definitely try to take advantage of it when we can. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at SEMrush here. This is one of the first tools that we'll be using. It's going to be paired with Ahrefs, which we'll get to in a second, and SimilarWeb. Between the three of these tools, you usually get pretty good estimates. So, of course, the best tool for tracking your traffic as well as backlinks or any demographic information going to your website is going to be Google Analytics. So we set that up the last module for a reason. It's super important. You need to be taking advantage of it. So right now, let's go ahead and just take a look at our SEMrush account, and we can just create a actually, we can just use this for free for right now. So let's take a look at a domain like Amazon.com. Oops, I'm using a Mac here, and I normally work with a PC, so this keyboard's a little shifted. So Amazon.com, and it is a freemium kind of platform. SEMrush is super powerful for free, but it's just mega powerful when you do have the upgraded versions. So as I mentioned, you can see the organic search for Amazon, which is just huge, as well as the paid search. So this is how much how much traffic they get from doing like pay-per-click ads or ads through like the display network and that kind of stuff, as well as the total number of backlinks that they have. 1.3 billion people are pointing to their website saying, hey, check out Amazon. That's pretty huge. And then, of course, the display advertising, how many people are visiting them through their display advertisement network. So this website is obviously huge. Everyone knows Amazon. It's in the top 5 websites, I'd bet. Actually, Facebook is the number 1. Maybe we should have done Facebook. That's okay. Too late now. So, and you can see just a bunch of really cool information here as well. So you can see all their traffic locations, US, their mobile visitors, UK visitors, ads, organic and paid traffic. So obviously the organic traffic is way higher than paid traffic. And that makes sense considering 7 to 8% of people click on paid ads. So this should be about 7 to 8% of the organic traffic that they have. And it looks like it might actually be correlating pretty close to that. Maybe it's a little different. And then, of course, top organic keywords. Looks like not everybody, the majority of their traffic, although they have tons of keywords, is just from people searching for Amazon. So although that's good, That means they have a very strong brand. It may not necessarily be good for a company that doesn't have such a strong brand, like a local company, some company where not everybody around you knows about you. So Amazon, like I was saying before, is probably in the top 5 websites in the world. And so everybody knows about them. And you can see your organic keyword position distribution. So it looks like they have 9 million keywords that rank in the top 3, the top 1 to 3 terms. Whereas their top 4 to 10 terms, they have 11 million, and then that just trickles down from there. You can see competitive positioning maps. These are based on the terms that Amazon is ranking for. So it looks like eBay, Walmart.com, Pinterest, Wikipedia, YouTube, and Amazon kind of all have some similar terms. These two make a lot of sense. And of course, when you see your competitive positioning map, it may or may not make sense depending on how relevant your website's traffic is, or how relevant the keywords that you're ranking for are. So if you start seeing some really weird competitive positioning map stuff, you may need to kind of tighten up a little bit on your keywords and what you're ranking for. Of course, again, the main organic competitors, it's just based on, common keywords and the search engine keywords. And I'm sorry, that's not common keywords, that's competing keywords. So eBay.com and Amazon.com have 5.7 million keywords similar. And then, of course, we have some branded search. Branded search is, of course, search terms with the name Amazon or the name of the company. Usually that's pretty good. So if you're typing in like Amazon Prime, for example, branded search, or Amazon Alexa, Amazon Tools, Amazon, and so on. Paid distribution, looks like they're very relevant. Most of their terms, I'd say probably about 80% of their terms are in the top 3. So good job, Amazon. Main paid competitors, again, similar. These are the competitive keywords. So it looks like Target.com is shooting after Amazon always, and similar to the organic section. These are what is being paid for. Looks like Amazon is just paying for way more keywords than all these other guys. And that might be why this is so high here. But it also might just be attributing to how large their shop is. So some good stuff. These pull some sample ads for Amazon, but it also creates some sample ads. So this is literally examples of what could be advertisements for Amazon based on its competitors. So these are some sample ads. These are created based on examples of what the competitors are actually putting out as advertisements. So what that means is if you check out your website, you will be able to see some sample ads of your competitors, considering the fact that you have enough information on SEMrush for them to pull some advertisement information based on your competitors. If you don't have very relevant competitors, or your competitors aren't doing advertisement, it probably won't pull up some sample ads. But that's okay. We can take a look at SimilarWeb later, and it'll give some even better information, which it usually pulls up information even when you have a small website. So we'll take a look at that when that comes around. Backlinks, these are the top referring pages towards Amazon, as well as the anchor text that they're doing. So as you can see, they don't have very specific anchor text necessarily. They use Amazon. They use the word buy. They have an empty anchor text area. So and I try to, when I'm doing my own SEO tactics and my own SEO work, we do try to keep it sort of similar to something like this. Not necessarily Amazon's anchor stuff, but usually having a very diverse anchor text instead of having literally like products or services that you do. So say you have a mechanic shop. So instead of having like the anchor text being mechanic shop or something like that, because it shows Google that you want to rank for it and it thinks that you're stuffing things in. So having too many of those anchor texts could be detrimental. And of course, backlink types, mostly text links, a lot of image links, tons of frame links, and then some forms. So looks good. Again, referring domains. These are the domains that are giving backlinks. And then indexed pages. These are pages that are indexed for Amazon. So just tons and tons of index pages. So latest publishers, these are people that are publishing Amazon content. Landing pages for Amazon. The top Amazon landing pages, it looks like, are for the Kindle. That's really cool. And then what else we got? Sun Laura Escobar, don't know what that is. Calf compression sleeve. A lot of people are looking for that calf compression sleeve stuff. So some sample text ads. Again, similar concept as the previous section. What it does is take advertisements that perform particularly well from your competitors and kind of creates a version for yourself. So it looks like Amazon's competitors are really selling some books pretty well using these display ads. I don't know what else is here. I can't really see those. They're looking a little small. But yeah, these are kind of display ads that you could be using, and video ads based on, of course, what their competitors are kind of selling with video ads. These would be the display ads in on the YouTube Reels, that kind of stuff. And then, of course, landing page list. So these are where these are some of their biggest landing pages. And you'll see something similar like this if you have, some good traffic that SEMrush can index you for. So, and of course, you can go into very nitty-gritty information here. Some of my favorite things to do are take a look at the traffic analysis, which I'll take a look at that in a second once I get through here. When you have a paid account, you can do what's called projects, and that allows you to do like site audits, have SEO audits done. I'm sorry, not SEO audits. Have like SEO ideas provided to you by SEMrush. Of course, it takes a lot of skill to kind of really do SEO like really well. But this kind of takes some of the strain or some of the thought out of it a little bit. Of course, the system's not perfect. You could do everything perfectly in respect to SEMrush's ideas, and you still may not rank well. You kind of have to use your noodle a little bit. So this, like I was saying, traffic analysis is or traffic analytics is one of my favorite areas to go to. It really lets you get pretty granular on the traffic. It tells you exactly the sources. So all sources are 526 million. Most of their traffic looks like it's coming from direct. So 303 million people are directly going to Amazon for things. Referral traffic coming in at about 8% of the traffic is traffic from other websites. So like affiliate sites maybe, or websites just saying, hey, check out Amazon.com for this, that, and the other. Then search is coming in at about 30% of their traffic, which is pretty good. I guess it depends. Some websites get a lot more search traffic than direct traffic. Usually if you're not very well branded, or you have a very strong brand presence, your search traffic will be higher than your direct traffic because more people are searching for you and finding you rather than directly going to your website. So they have a pretty large search traffic there, and then their social traffic is looking at about 3%. So, of course, you can get super nitty-gritty on some of this. You can see where their most referral sites are from. Take a look at their social networks where most of their traffic comes from. So of that 3%, right, social media giving them, where was it, 3.06% at that peak. Of that 3%, 39% of it comes from Facebook, 36% of it comes from Reddit. So pretty interesting, very powerful stuff here. And it's just so strong. Like you can literally see how many visits you get over a time period. And I don't know if the free version won't let us see historical data, but still super powerful information, and definitely usable for your website, certainly. or at least to see like where or how much you're getting out of your website. So if you have a website, you're looking for online leads. All right, let's get into Ahrefs here, which it's kind of cool. It's the anchor text with the Ahrefs, which is the referring site. So that's how you write up anchor text. And I could do a free trial right now, but I don't want to register another person. So I'm just going to go ahead and log in with mine. And it'll take you to a dashboard, but let's skip off dashboard so that we don't see all my projects. And what you want to go to is the Site Explorer. So this is a great place to start. They actually have tons of really awesome tools. If you register for free, you can still use all of these things. I think there's just a limit on how many websites you can look up per day. But hopefully you're smart and you're using your chances wisely, I suppose. So let's go ahead and keep looking at Amazon here, since we have been on top of that. Amazon.com, and we'll look at the HTTP and HTTPS version. Great. Okay, so it looks like Ahrefs actually ranking them at 22nd. That's okay. So this website is really good for understanding how much search engines think you are trustworthy. It shows your domain rating right here. And the domain rating literally has a very strong correspondence with your rankings usually. So, and this number is sort of derived from the backlinks that are pointing to your website and how much weight those backlinks carry. So they have 3.6 million referring domains is what it's saying. So comparing this to SEMrush. So the reason why we use multiple tools is because these are always kind of estimates. Of course, again, the best tool would be Google Analytics because it literally shows exactly what's going on with your website. So the difference between Amazon and Ahrefs, these backlinks are 1.3 billion, and Ahrefs finds 4.4 billion. So that's literally 3 times as many as SEMrush. So Ahrefs is usually really good about backlinks, and so I almost trust Ahrefs better with this backlink number. Now, if we take a look at the organic search, it says that they have 327 million people a month going to Amazon. Let's look at a similar time here. So it looks like April 2017, 508 million. That was April 2017. So right here, this area. Yeah, that's actually probably pretty believable. I could see the correlation. They did have a pretty big spike at 370 million on the 2nd of April. So I could see where this number might be coming in like this. So yeah, that looks about right. The daily traffic, 508 million. And then this one showing 374 million, but that's okay. They're pretty, I guess, large numbers, so the discrepancy isn't too crazy. These are how many organic keywords they are ranking for. So they probably did something crazy here to get such a huge increase. It looks like they increased literally by 8 million organic keywords, which is awesome. Their top 3 position keywords continues to increase, which is awesome for them. Their 4 through 10 maybe stays a little consistent, and their 11 through 50 is staying pretty consistent. It looks like most of their positions are always position number 1, which we saw that on SEMrush, right? They have just tons of like keywords in these top just 10 positions. So this is very believable here. And then, of course, the top organic keywords, top 5 pages. Some of the better things that you can do is really check out your backlink profile. So you do want to see what's going on with the new and lost referring domains and backlinks. So if you're losing a lot of backlinks, that's usually not a good sign. This orange area usually means there might be some spammy sites that are pointing to you. If you have all in the blue, that's like the perfect situation, but that's pretty good. And of course, you can see your URL distribution. That's really cool. Of course, you want to have more high quality URLs pointing towards you. If you have just a bunch of these 0 through 10, they're usually like spammy sites or sites that just don't carry a lot of weight. So usually when you buy backlinks, these are the links that you get, and they kind of just fluff you up. They usually end up getting kicked out because they're more of like they're seen more of as spammy sort of links. So and of course you have some really good distributions for these, and again the anchor phrases. So all right, you can take a look at the paid content. Some of my favorite things to do are just look at the top pages in Ahrefs, and this will show you the top pages. Boom. You can check by volume, by difficulty, and just really check out some of the best things here by the position that they're ranked at, competing domains, and of course, as you can imagine, let's say Amazon's competitor is Walmart.com. Walmart.com. What you can do is take a look at Walmart.com's backlinks. So let's say you're Amazon.com and you want to just dominate Walmart on every front. You can take a look at their backlinks. As soon as it loads up, it's taking its time. So what you get to do once you click on these backlinks, you can see exactly where Walmart.com is getting their authority from, their search engine trust from. And what you can do is literally go into this and build the same backlinks that they have. So super, super powerful. One of the best ways to do it is, instead of looking at backlinks, just look at referring domains. They're referring domains. And this is literally each individual domain that is pointing to Walmart.com. And if you don't want to waste your time, if you want to get the highest quality ones first, just sort it by the domain rating. Boom. And then you can see exactly where they're getting these backlinks from. So you can pull it up this way, or see exactly every single backlink. Just by clicking on this button, you can see exactly every single button that Walmart.com is having linked back to the website, which is super awesome. You definitely want to do this. So if you can find a way to get these links, I mean, New York Times here for Walmart.com, if you can find a way to get Walmart.com or whatever your URL is on these domains, that's where you're going to win. That's where you're going to start inserting yourself into the terrain of your competitors. So that's where Ahrefs really shines. Of course, you can do a strong keyword explorer. So say you want to do like pizza or something. This is one of my favorite tools as well. You can see exactly how difficult it is to search for the word. I'm sorry, not to search for the word, but to rank for the word pizza. So looks like it's pretty difficult. It says you'll need probably about 74 backlinks from a specific website to rank in the top 10 for this keyword, which would be pretty intense. As you can see, it looks like 691,000 people a month are searching for pizza. So that's awesome. And you can see some keyword latent semantically indexed words as well with pizza. So it looks like Pizza Hut, Domino's. Those are kind of words that a lot of people are searching for. Pizza near me, of course. And it doesn't have a parent topic. It is its parent topic. This is a super powerful word when it comes up, because what you can do is say, hey, I have a keyword like pizza let's do pizza shops in Wisconsin. Shout out to Wisconsin. So in Wisconsin, oops, not that one. We want this. And we'll see if this one has a parent topic. It should be like pizza shops probably. Oh, Wisconsin Dells Pizza. So how about that? So the Wisconsin Dells Pizza is the parent topic, and then pizza shops in Wisconsin will just kind of fit directly under there. And it looks like it's not very difficult, but it also looks like not a lot of people are searching for pizza in Wisconsin. So, which is kind of weird. Wisconsin Dells has a lot of volume. Pizza places in Wisconsin Dells, about 150. So these kind of things are really super, super strong. And then, of course, you can see the search results for what we just typed in. The top keyword, Wisconsin Dells Pizza. Looks like Jeff's Pizza Shop. That's a good place, I guess. 4 site links. Nice. And that's another way that Ahrefs is just super powerful. I'm going to jump over to the Content Explorer. This is just, I actually really love Ahrefs. It's just got everything a person could use. So what you can do is find content on here, and the kind of content you can find, let's go ahead and keep the same pizza theme. So what we'll do is just go ahead and do pizza news. Okay. And we can do that in the title. So let's see how specific we can get with pizza news in the title, and see what kind of things come up. So U.S. pilot buys pizza for grounded passengers. How about that? So as you can see, it pulls up how many shares there are on social platforms. It can show you exactly the domain rating for the BBC, the referring domains to that exact article, and the organic traffic that it's getting. So it's getting kind of low organic traffic. It's probably getting most of its traffic from social shares, which is good, right? That's social media marketing working. But you get all of these added search ability things to like really filter down and understand exactly what's going on with the pizza news industry. One of my favorite things to do is say you want to share some information on pizza news to Twitter. What you can do is sort it by the most Twitter shares that they have. So for example, if you wanted to find something that has high amount of Twitter shares because you're going to share something on Twitter, you can sort it by Twitter shares and then say, oh, hey, this one had 125 Twitter shares, so I bet it does pretty well. Granted, if you post it on Facebook, it'd probably do a little bit better, but for the most part, that looks like the way to go. This article, for example, this doesn't really have too much to do with pizza news. Something about a pizza shop, it looks like. But it had 32,000 shares on Facebook, so that might be a great place to put it on. Whereas this one has a bunch of shares on Pinterest, 9.9 thousand, and so on. And you can just keep going. This one, 116,000. Sorry, New York or Chicago's been named. As someone from Chicago, this is wonderful news. It's a little old news, July 2015, but that's another feature. You can actually filter it by its published date. So say you want to have super current news, you can go ahead and click the 24-hour news, and it'll sort it and filter it that way. So let's go ahead and move on to SimilarWeb. SimilarWeb's a great resource to kind of double check Ahrefs and SEMrush. So SimilarWeb actually would integrate with your Google Analytics account that you created from last episode. So let's go ahead and do Amazon again. Amazon.com. We'll go ahead and pull that up so that way we're kind of keeping it consistent. So SimilarWeb thinks that Amazon's ranked number 11. That's interesting. They're the number 1 shopping and general merchandise site. So let's go ahead and close that out. And SimilarWeb thinks that they have 2.2 billion, even though SEMrush says they have 445. So SimilarWeb does a month-to-month basis. So that might explain this number. If we do 1 month time, it's like literally 500 million a day. I don't know. So, of course, again, there's a lot of discrepancies. It looks like on average there's about 9.9 pages per visit, bounce rate of 37%. Most of their traffic is coming from the United States, about 70% of it. This is what's really cool about SimilarWeb, is it shows just kind of a visual representation of that traffic analysis. It's super cool. SEMrush was saying that it had 3% some of the times, or that one peak month. This time it says about 4%, 4.6%. You can see the referring websites. So, of course, doing this for something like your competitors is super powerful. Of course, if you have the SimilarWeb paid version, you'll be able to see more information on this. So, since we pay for just a ton of these websites, we get a bunch of additional information. But I did want to keep it as close as possible to your experience, especially if you're not paying up front. And you'll be able to use the free versions of things. So that's why I'd like to show it to you this way. So search, again, we're seeing Amazon as their top money bringer for some of these, for its traffic. Looks like a lot of people are just really searching for Amazon. So that's good for Amazon. Again, we're seeing social. Looks like Facebook was the leader, and now it says YouTube is the leader. So these percentages actually look like they switched, depending on when SEMrush is looking at their stuff. So some really cool things for the display advertising system, for what's actually working for their ad networks. So if you are running a website and you're trying to understand what's the best ad network to use, maybe try using a blend, something like Amazon, instead of doing all the Google Display Network, or maybe the Amazon ad system, So web content, this is the sections that have the most content. So I didn't even know there was a smile.amazon.com, but apparently about 5% of people go there. So this will show you the amount of traffic going to different, they call it content, but really it's different pages. In this case, it's subdomain. If you have different folders, you can see different folders or popular pages in general. SEMrush, I think, actually showed us these. So these are the audience's interests. So this is really cool information. It's in Google Analytics as well. And on some of our other tools, if you just kind of shop around a little bit inside of them. But it looks like their general interest group are people who just like shopping in general. People who like news and media, social networking, and it looks like people who are kind of creatives in general also visited websites. So those are sites that are similar. And of course, similar sites. This is based on interests as well as like keywords that people would be searching for. And I don't know if it'll pull up anything for rank. Oh, nice. So it'll show similar things that are ranking. And of course, this is a top, SimilarWeb says top 11, but honestly, these are all, top, basically top 50 websites in the world. So, of course, similarity. So they have some mobile apps that it pulls up information on. And then, of course, if you'd like to see more information, you'll have to do their pro version. So that's a little rundown for SimilarWeb. Between Ahrefs, SEMrush, and SimilarWeb, you do get a really strong idea, or kind of an estimate in general. The nice thing about SimilarWeb is you can, in fact, connect it to your Google Analytics account. So there should be estimated data claim your website. And if you just claim your website, it'll just prompt you to give permission to SimilarWeb to scrape over your Google Analytics. So for those brick and mortars out there, people who may not care so much about being found on the web as much as being found on like searches like, I don't know, Italian near me, maybe. So as you guys know, I'm in Lubbock, Texas, so this will pull up some Lubbock, Texas restaurants here. Let's go ahead and close that. So if you're interested in finding something like this, so 95% of people who see a restaurant and it's within 5 minutes of their location, they will visit you after they see these. So having local pack results is super, super important. This guy's looking good. So And these are just some of the results which can be influenced by a little local SEO or local reputation management. I call it local SEO because it's kind of hard for people to make the distinction between some of the things. So, and in fact, on my website, it's called local SEO. So, if you take a look at your business, which we did Italian near me, right? Let's do something like Campese's here. So Campese's, what's their address? And we'll go ahead and check the business listings. I think that's how you spell Campese's, right? Yeah. So it'll pull up Campese's, boom, that exact address. You can do your own shop. If you take a look at your own shop, it'll pull up your shop and it'll show exactly how much local SEO. So this is with Moz Local. They're a paid service to do kind of local reputation, but you don't have to if you're smart. They're actually kind of expensive if you ask me. There are cheaper ways to do exactly what they do. But it shows sort of the locations at which you're listed on. So there's a bunch of like online phone books essentially, like YP or Yelp or Axicom or HotFrog. These are aggregators. Bing. So there's a Google page, there's a Bing page, Best of the Web, Insider Pages, City Search, Factual, Local Ease, Info Group, Super Pages, Foursquare, Facebook, and Google. It looks like and for some reason they can't connect to Google right now. But they're missing just tons of listings here. And these two are huge aggregators. So these like have huge weight compared to some of the others. Not to mention there's a ton of just inconsistent listings for them. So Campese's is really missing out. They're ranked number 2 right now, but the difference between position 1 and position 2 is about 30% of the clicks. Literally 30% of the clicks. So this is a pretty good start usually for local reputation. If you know that you have a lot of inconsistent or duplicate listings, that's definitely something you want to clean up. That's definitely a way you can influence your rankings. So that kind of concludes the tutorial. That shows a little bit of the jargon here. What we can do next is kind of build some customer profiles. Going to head back over to SimilarWeb. And sort of where we were at before, this will help us build some customer profiles. So let's go ahead and choose, let's go ahead and build the customer profiles for, I don't know, let's choose like entrepreneur.com. So say this magazine wanted to sell something or, find out who their target market was or what kind of things that they liked. What I would do is definitely, this is on Google Analytics, and you can actually get more information, but just in case you didn't set up Google Analytics, what you should do is go to the audience interest section and build up exactly the demographics inside of these category, like the interest categories, as well as some of the topics that it looks like they are touching on. So these are some pretty huge topics, SEO. These are some pretty huge topics, but what you can do is take a look at these categories and see exactly what these kind of people like. So it looks like a lot of these people are real estate people, business people, and in general, just kind of do business and determine the demographic from this business and industry category. So this can be done infinitely better on Google Analytics because you can literally see genders, you can see age groups, you can see just tons and tons of information. but I would build up who your top visitors are and see how you can cater to them. So if you can make like 2 or 3 really good groups to target, you'll be ahead of a lot of people because you can literally turn your brand message, turn what pain points you solve, turn how you speak, use your voice to really communicate to those groups of people. So if you have this information, if you don't have this information yet, it'll be quicker than you think with just a little bit of kind of online marketing elbow grease, doing a little bit of snooping around through your website information and analytics. So once you find the interests, find the demographics, especially if you don't know or you have some doubts that you could be communicating better, or if you want to just increase conversion rates or something like that. So say you're converting about 2% of the time from a lead to a customer, and you think that you could be converting maybe 5 or 10% of the time. This may be a great place to start. Maybe you're just not talking to your target market as well as you could be. So setting up some of these for your current customers and then using the demographics that you see through analytics would be a great way to start really catering, start increasing conversions, and understanding the personalities of your best customers. That's how you're really going to start providing value for people. And that's it for research. So I'll see you guys next time. I hope Module 2 was useful. I look forward to seeing you in Module 3, On-Page SEO.